How much of a fucking mess is this when I go walk in here?
Don't go that way.
Yeah, because I didn't want FD coming in if we have a legit homicide.
He probably killed the builder.
If you caught Grant Amato streaming on Twitch, you'd think he was just another gamer trying to make it big. Behind that image, however, was a growing obsession that would lead police to discover 3 dead bodies inside his family home.
The alleged motive for the murders is so bizarre, Hollywood script writers couldn't make it up.
Please send me one of your videos. I don't like buying your stuff. It makes me feel weird.
And now, with disturbing evidence unveiling a twisted sequence of events.
Now we know you don't have any weapons.
I mean, I have my duffel bag and whatnot in there if you guys want to check that.
No one is prepared for the true motive that pushed him to this point.
Did you leave the house with your brother Cody looking like that? Or did you leave the house with your father looking like that? Or your mother?
No, I didn't do any of this.
On January 25th, 2019, deputies in Chulliota, Florida were dispatched to the Amato family home for a welfare check after their son Cody, who hadn't missed a single day of work in 5 years, failed to show up for his shift.
I had a feeling that we were gonna... Once I read it, I'm like, he probably killed the brother.
That's one thought that I had. Something went bad last night, and hopefully not. Hopefully he's.
I think that they were.
I checked FD's response, nothing last night.
LT wants us to check the attic.
Okay.
I've got Debbie running tags on all these people to see if there's any vehicles outstanding, because I guess the data is still outstanding, correct?
Yeah.
How much of a fucking mess is this when I go walk in here?
Don't go that way.
Yeah, kitchen
Go
shitty.
this way.
We can go in through the back door here, and we can
back door
walk right
bathroom.
through that one.
No one else is in there from us, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. All right, give us 5 minutes.
What deputies didn't expect was just how confusing the case was about to get. Something about the gruesome scene inside the house didn't add up.
Hey.
I was just trying to get information to see, because I didn't want FD coming in if we have a legit homicide. If it's murder suicide, then
Yeah, I just
So that's
wanted
why.
to be 100% sure,
no,
especially
I'm
the
good with
mom.
that. But that's what if it was leaning towards. I
Yeah.
didn't want them coming in.
Yeah.
That's why I needed a call. I knew you
I'm
guys
sorry.
were busy.
Yeah, we were up
that
to our
was-
balls, and I just told FD just whoever's going to pronounce, that's it. And
I mean,
that's who
if
came
it's
in.
obvious signs, we don't need to pronounce.
Yeah,
513.
2 of them.
Do we have a phone number for the dad?
It was like probably, but I didn't want to be. It wasn't worth a chance. So.
The last person to see the Amato family alive was their own son, Grant. Using toll camera footage from that day, detectives traced his car across town to a hotel in Orlando, where he'd checked in that same afternoon.
Okay. Good job. I knew it. I was looking. I've been hitting every fucking hotel. I knew that guy was going to be here.
Block that entrance.
One of you completely blocked the entrance, and I knew the other one. We need to put 2 guys.
We'll put your car in that end.
We need.
Yeah, it's like almost balding, right?
Yeah.
We need to lock everything down.
Yeah. We need to get in this hotel and start
Yeah.
moving people out.
Yeah.
Let's find out and interview these people inside.
Yeah.
Do you want to do that part?
Yeah. I'll talk to them.
I've been pretty positive around this corner. There's an employee entrance that leads to like their convention space.
Why don't you two, if you don't mind, go inside, get the front desk, start finding out about this guy.
You got his info, his full
Who's
name.
got a
and
computer?
stuff. Yeah, pull it up real quick.
Grab your computer, take it in there, show them the picture.
After a 24-hour manhunt, Grant Amato was brought in for questioning, unaware that detectives already considered him their prime suspect.
All right, stand by. We'll get to it.
Yeah, that's got it. Where is it? Right here in the corner.
You're being cooperative, sir. We appreciate that. Some Seminole County detectives want to talk to you, so we're going to get the handcuffs off of you.
Nothing in your pants, correct? Yes. Nothing, yes, sir.
It's just a normal routine when we encounter someone that we want to make sure you're safe. Now we know you don't have any weapons. We'll get those restraints off of you.
I mean, I have my duffel bag and whatnot in there if you guys want to check that.
Well, that would be up to the detectives that talk to you. We're confident you've been cooperative. Everything's good, so we appreciate that very much. Goes a long ways.
And now, they'll do everything they can to find out why someone would take the lives of their entire family just like that.
We just want to talk to you a little bit, and we'll get this in and out, be on our way. Okay?
Well, I was accused of grand theft of the third degree back in June of 2018. That went on for 6 months, and during that time I obviously wasn't allowed to work because of it. And then
Where was that at?
Florida Hospital South, the main one down in Orlando.
Down on Orange Avenue?
Rollins, that's what it is.
Okay.
Rollins.
Okay.
So when that happened, obviously I was dismissed from that job, and then I couldn't get another job because now you have an outstanding felony charge on your name.
Sure.
So then I got the attorney. It all went through, and then finally in December, they posted on the Orange County Clerk Courts or whatever website where your file is that there was no evidence ever presented. All the charges were dropped, and now I'm just in the process of expunging that from my records.
The robbery Grant's referring to here is the reason he lost his nursing career in the first place. Months before this incident, Advent Health Orlando suspended him after 80 empty vials of propofol turned up in rooms he was overseeing, unaccounted for by any doctor's orders. He was arrested for grand larceny, and while the charge was later dropped, the hospital had already seen enough and fired him. But instead of finding another job, Grant decided to try his luck at streaming.
So you guys play a lot of the PC games then?
Yeah, we started getting into PC games primarily. I haven't turned on my PlayStation in months. I think the only other game that we really played was Fortnite, but then that was starting to get to
That's a big deal right now.
Yeah.
The younger
Kids are all over it.
generation.
And actually, yeah, during the time that I was that I wasn't working as a nurse, I tried to do the whole Twitch streaming thing.
What is that?
I'm
sorry.
No.
We're kind of older where you have to explain a lot of this to us.
With Twitch, it's you got your mic and then you have your face cam, and then basically people are just watching you play whatever game you're going to say that you're playing.
Okay.
And then they can donate, they can subscribe to you, which then you get like a monthly payment.
Did you have anybody doing that for you?
I had I think I was up to like 30 something subscribers.
And what would you charge them to?
With subscriptions, there's 4 tiers of it. Tier 1 is just $5. So right when you see that you blank subscribe to it, you get $5.
Is that monthly or just total?
Actually, it's Twitch pays you every 45 days because you're like an independent, self-employed or something.
No, but saying with their account, though, they subscribe to you. Would it be for a 30-day period? Or
Yes.
So every 30 days, they owe you another $5.
If they resubscribe.
Right.
Yeah. So then there was that. Tier 2 was like $10. Tier 3 was $15. And then if somebody tier 4'd, it was $24, I think.
And what does that get you for?
All that the higher tiers do is they give you like more emotes, like little things you can put in chat, so that when you're playing, everybody who's in your room can chat about what you're doing or anything random. And then donations can range from 1 cent up to however high.
So what were you making off of Twitch a month?
Nothing really significant. It was like.
So you said about 30 people at one time subscribe to you. So a minimum what?
$150.
$150, and then a few donations. But primarily, I guess just keeping myself busy, doing something.
There's a lot of money in this.
Now, are these adults doing this or kids?
They're in their early 20s.
Okay.
There's thousands and thousands of streamers who do that on Twitch, but there's maybe like 5 that make 6 figures.
Grant's parents believed in his streaming ambitions and even paid for his entire setup to help him get started on Twitch. Unfortunately, that wasn't the only thing they'd end up funding, though that part happened entirely without their knowledge or consent. What Grant actually spent that money on is about to make his gaming career look like the least of his family's problems.
My father chose to admit me to like a depression or an addiction clinic or something like that in Fort Lauderdale called Cornerstone.
When was that?
That was December 22nd.
Okay.
Until I think January 4th.
Did you agree to go?
I didn't, but they said that this was your only.
Who said?
My dad.
Okay.
And that was in Fort Lauderdale?
Yes. Yeah.
Did your mom agree with it?
My mom and my brother both agreed, but it was my dad who was like the iron fist, like this is what's going to happen. Like, he can't.
Why did he say you needed to go? What was his reasoning? Because
with the way that I was acting, he he didn't see that I was doing anything for like the positive. You know, and a lot of it just came back to money with him. He would like allow me to spend money that he had, like with his credit card or something like that. But it's like then whenever I did, it was like a huge problem.
Okay, so you had one of his credit cards.
Yeah.
And what were you buying with it?
Well, what I was doing is over the past 4 months or something like that, I've been talking to this woman online.
Who's she?
She's, as embarrassing as it is, she's a cam model.
A what?
A cam model. Do either of you guys know what that
Nope.
is?
Just like all the videos, you have to tell us.
A cam model, it's like it's like a virtual girlfriend, I guess you could say.
Okay.
Like that type of situation.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of the money went to her.
Okay. Where's she at?
She lives in Bulgaria.
Where?
Bulgaria.
Where's that?
Over in Europe. It's like
okay.
outside of Germany.
Okay.
Something like that.
You ever been there?
No.
Okay.
It wasn't that serious.
So what would you give her money for?
Just for like the time online with her.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So it was just like that type of thing.
And what did she charge? By the minute? By the hour?
Minute.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how much is it per minute?
Oh God, I think it was like 90 tokens a minute, and it's like the conversion rate for all of that is like $600 for like 5,000 or something tokens or something like that. So, and then it was 4 hours a night. So I mean that's basically just where all the costs went to was. You pay real money for the tokens, then you use the company's digital currency for that.
So you do that, and when did you meet her?
I met her at the beginning of July. Yeah, at the very beginning of July.
Okay, and still talking to her?
Still, yeah. I mean, more just on like Twitter,
okay.
like just through direct messaging. Again, cell phone service doesn't work, so it's like I can't use the chatting like that.
How much do you think you spent on this? Because it seems kind of pricey.
Yeah.
90 tokens and $5,000 for how many tokens?
No, it's $600 for 5,000.
For 5,000.
Yeah.
Okay. So how much do you think you spent
on
this?
Probably close to like $200,000, I'd say.
$200,000?
Yeah.
So instead of streaming, Grant started spending his time on adult websites. It was there that he met what he described as his virtual girlfriend, Sylvia Vinci-Silvova from Bulgaria. To impress her, Grant played the part of a rich, successful gamer, spending up to 4 hours a night on her shows and dropping $600 at a time. In total, he drained $200,000 from his family, including a $65,000 loan against their home. And when his parents found out, it only got worse from there.
And where'd the money come from?
Money came from me, my brother, and then my dad.
Did they know where the money was going to?
They didn't know that it was going to a cam model. I was saying that it was going towards my Twitch streaming, like advertising, like putting my name out there and that type of thing.
But based on what you're telling me, only so many people make so much money. So I think just a few make a bunch of money.
Right.
So that was like the ultimate goal is to get to that.
I was hoping that the stars would align, and then I would be like one of those people because I was good at the games, and I'm a funny, pleasant person on the camera and that type of thing. So, yeah, I mean that's. So I guess to bring it all back with why I was brought to Cornerstone, it was a mix of all of those things. It's like he felt like, he felt like
you need to be grounded.
Yeah. And so then I was there. I spoke to the therapist and psychiatrist and all that stuff. I didn't need any medications for anything. They had analyzed it as this is an isolated event. You've been out of work. You have this PTSD from the whole getting arrested thing, and I mean the last thing on my record was I think a speeding ticket back when I was at UCF, and then just having all of that stuff going on, but then I didn't. They had signed me. They had signed me up, I think, to be there for 60 days. But then I was only there until January 4th. So
Who paid for that?
my brother, Cody.
What was the cost of that? Do you know?
$15,000. It was $15,000, and then I think when I had gotten back, we were going through the process of calling them and seeing if we could get any type of refund. And I think they said that he was going to get refunded $3,000 from his 15.
Sure.
But I don't.
There so long.
Right. But I don't know if that transaction had ever gone through.
At this point, it probably won't surprise anyone that someone else had to cover Grant's rehab bill. To be fair, he actually had an incredibly supportive family. They'd already spent over $200,000 on him, and they were still trying to help. When he got home, though, his dad handed him a list of rules: get a job, pay for his own phone and debts, and cut off all contact with Sylvie. Sounds pretty reasonable, right? Except this is Grant we're talking about. And by that point, Sylvie had already become Grant's biggest obsession.
Spending that amount of money, it's idiotic to do that, especially when you're not making
So
it.
$200,000.
Right.
When was the last time that you and your dad did have, a heated conversation?
It would be Thursday. Because one of his rules was that I wasn't allowed to talk to the woman anymore that I had been talking to. But I guess you could say behind the scenes, my mom would let me talk to her through her cell phone using Twitter. And, she would tell me, like, look, you have to keep it just basic, because if you say anything or if you entice anything or do anything like that, it might lead her to say something to, like, my dad or something like that. Because,
how was she get in touch with him?
Because apparently when I was in Cornerstone, my dad told her, because he had, like, hacked my computer or something like that, and then he found everything.
Is he electronics guy like you and your brother?
Except he's more of that, like, hacking level, like, able to do all that stuff. So he had found, like, just the stuff that was related to her. And then, he erased my whole entire computer. He put a password on it. So it's like, even when I came back up until Thursday, like, I wasn't able to go onto my own computer to look at anything.
Basically, he's treating you like a small child.
Right. And rightfully so. I mean, spending that amount of money, I was acting childish. I can kind of get it. But, so yeah, anyways, on Thursday, he had apparently found out that I was speaking to her again. And when I came back on the 4th, my mom picked me up from the Cornerstone place. And then me and my mom met my dad at California Pizza Grill or Kitchen in Waterford Lakes. And he had this list, front and back, on a piece of paper of all the rules. This is what's going to happen. This is why I'm acting the way that I'm going to act. I'm not going to be Dad anymore. I'm going to be Chad. And I basically told him that I'm going to be present. I'm going to do what I can. I'm going to start to try and get jobs now. I told him what my plan was. It wasn't really my intention to continue talking to this woman, but it just kind of happened. And then because there was, like, that emotional connection, I guess you could say, between her and me, like, I like, it felt like a relationship. I didn't want to just stop cold turkey on it. So he had apparently found out, and then
Unhappy.
Right, and one of the stipulations was that he told me at the dinner was, if you speak to this woman again, you're out of the house. Like, I'm kicking you out. You can pack up your shit, and then you're off my property. And then, because of the way that he used to be, he had told me that basically if that happens, that if I ever step back onto his property, that he would kill me. So, on Thursday, that all happened, and then I was in the process. I was getting all my stuff together. I was piecemealing it out to the car, and then, I had interview on Friday. So I had to get my suit out to my car. I was trying to just get all of my necessities as best as I could from, a lifetime of living inside the house.
So, according to Grant, he argued with his father, started packing his things, and his mother called Cody, who, in this version of the story, just happened to be nearby. Although that story would change later, Grant initially claimed they met somewhere away from the house, where Cody handed him his credit card. Then, somehow, his entire family was found dead the next morning. And with the first piece of evidence against him already in their hands, the only question left is, how long could Grant keep claiming he was innocent?
So you and Cody meet.
Right.
And it's approximately what time? And I know it's not, I'm not holding you to the exact minute, but what time do you think you met?
Like 10:30 or something like that.
How long did you talk to him for?
Only about 10 minutes or so.
And what was the conversation?
Conversation was basically that he was brought up to speed, you know, and that he would take care of it.
He was brought up to speed by what?
He was brought up to speed on like why I'm out here.
Who brought him up to speed?
My mom.
Oh, so she talked to him.
Yeah.
He told you that mom had talked to him.
Right.
Since the argument or when?
Since I had left.
So you'd left the house approximately when?
I left the house at like. God, when did I leave the house?
Dark.
It was dark. It was after 9 p.m. but I just don't remember.
So between 9 and approximately 10:30,
right.
You leave.
Right.
Go down to sit on Fort Christmas.
Fort Christmas.
Cody comes and talks to you about 10 minutes. At some point, your mom has spoken to Cody based on what the conversation you have with him, correct?
Correct, yeah.
And she told him what had happened between you and your dad.
Right.
Okay.
Do you think that's why Cody left work?
I mean,
Did Cody say to you why he left work?
No, he never said why he left work, but in my mind, I was just thinking, oh, he had been let off work early like three times already this week. So I was just like
10-15 minutes you talk to Cody.
Right.
What's he driving?
He drives a 97 Honda Accord.
Okay.
Yeah.
You have the conversation, and he leaves to go home.
Right.
And you leave to go where?
And then I stay in that general area just so that if anything happens, somebody like knows where I am.
Okay.
Like
How long do you stay there?
I stayed there for, I mean, like a couple hours, I would say.
Just
that same area where you were talking about?
Like, I would go, like, kind of just up and down that road a little bit, just at my car and just, like, sitting there.
Mm-hmm.
But for the most, yeah, I mean, I was staying in that general area, and then I decided to go
to Publix?
Publix.
Which was about what time?
Like, between, like, midnight and 1, I think. Yeah.
And you go to Publix midnight 1, and how long did you stay there till?
I stayed there until, like, 7, I think, in the morning. Well, as best as I could, yeah.
Right.
I mean, I
never
was
comfortable sleeping in the car.
Yeah,
Where
but
did you park at? You know?
It's like on the side of it where, like, there's the back end of Publix where, like, all the shipments and stuff come in, and then you go around that corner, and then there's that line
On the
spots.
on the Publix end of it, or the Tractor Farm Supply end of it?
Publix end.
So there's some parking there around that side.
Yeah.
I'm familiar because I used to live in
Yeah.
that area. There's a side parking.
Right.
As you come up forward, you make the left, you go in front of Publix. The ice cream place is out front.
Right.
But you're on the side of the building.
Right.
Did any deputies or anybody ever come by, or
No.
anybody that worked there?
Nobody.
Any delivery trucks?
I saw delivery trucks, like, in the morning.
In the morning?
Yeah.
And 7 o'clock-ish?
Between 7 and 7:30, yeah, I leave.
And go where?
And then I just drive over to where my my interview.
And I'm sorry, I'm just not understanding. Where was that at?
Off Lee Vista.
Off Lee Vista. So how did you get there?
I just drove there.
This was the one part of Grant's story that was actually true. He wanted to distance himself from the murders as much as possible, but he was smart enough to know detectives could easily verify where he'd been. Unfortunately for Grant, detectives could also trace fingerprints. And that's when they discovered it wasn't his mother who had asked Cody to come home at all. It was Grant, texting from his father's phone to lure his brother back to the house, intending to shoot him after taking the lives of their parents. But instead of scrambling to come up with excuses, Grant had a completely different story planned.
And then when you left Cody, what did he say he was going to go do?
Cody said that he will take care of it.
Take care of what?
Just the situation that was at hand with whatever he had been updated with from my mom.
Did he tell you what he was updated?
He had told me the reason why, like, I'd been kicked out. But he really didn't give me that much dialogue, like, about that situation. You know, he was miffed a little bit because, you know, he had just gotten off work and now he has to go deal with this. And then after that, I mean, it was just, he gave me the debit card to say, you know, to use this in case of emergencies. And then, I mean, that was pretty much it, because I don't know if, like, he had already said that he was on his way home, or if there were expectations, like, for a time with him for making it home.
But what was your demeanor? Like, what did Cody see you as? Like, were you
like scared?
Upset?
Yeah, so I was scared because, I mean, like I said, it's the first time that I had been out of the house, you know.
So you were scared of what? Being on your own?
Right.
Or did your father say or do anything to scare you?
He had threatened me that if I stepped foot back on his property, not the house, but if I stepped foot back on his property, that he would kill me. And, like,
He said those specific words?
Yes.
Did you tell that to Cody? That your
No.
father told you that?
No, I didn't.
So you're afraid of him.
Oh, yeah.
You are actually afraid that he could kill you.
Yeah, and it's also because, like, in the past, like, 2 weeks before I got kicked out, my dad was going through, like, a lot of episodes where he was losing his temper a lot, yelling a lot, especially when me and Cody weren't at the house. And,
Who's he yelling at?
My mom.
So was he being violent to your mom?
Yeah, like, I think...
Physically or just emotionally?
Both.
Put his hands on her.
He had bruised her left arm by grabbing it. And then apparently she had said that on one of the nights that they were in the kitchen together, and then he was like throwing food at her and then banged her head against the wall a couple times.
So, and I'm not, let me speak bad of your dad, but he's kind of a violent guy.
Yeah, I mean...
You have a reason to be afraid of him.
And then the thing that I was getting to was that apparently my mom was so scared at one point, because it had been a while since he had been like this, that she had taken like a couple or a number of voice memos on her phone whenever he would like come in and then start, like she knew that, you know, something like he was going to start to get upset. And that on multiple occasions, he had told her that he had told her that basically if I fuck up, sorry for the language, but that if I screw up, he's going to kill me and then he's going to kill her.
He said those specific
Because
words.
he blames everything that happens negatively with me and with Jason, not with Cody, but with me and Jason on her, because we're her favorites.
So you have a reasonable belief in your mind that your dad could hurt you.
Yes.
He could hurt your mom.
Yes.
He could maybe hurt Jason.
Yes.
He's a violent guy. I'm sorry, I've been this a long time. He sounds like a violent guy.
Yeah.
Quick to lose his temper with you over minuscule stuff?
Minuscule stuff, yeah.
I get the point he's upset about the amount of money. I do get that.
Right.
But physically, he's abusive.
Yes.
And it's kind of embarrassing as you're an adult male right now. He's been abusive of you for years, has he not?
Yeah. I mean, more mentally over the course.
But it has been to the point where you as a 29-year-old male, right, 29?
29.
That you're afraid that your father could kill you.
Yeah. And I mean, again, it's like, you know, at the house, I mean, I have like no access to anything. So I mean, it's literally just like me, and you know, like I told you.
Access to anything, you mean what?
Like, you know, anything to defend myself. You know, like I
the guns
sold all my guns.
You sold it. Does Cody have guns in the house?
He does, but they're like locked up somewhere.
Dad have guns in the house?
Again, yeah, but they're locked up somewhere.
And you don't have access to them?
I don't even have a house key. I don't have a house key. I don't have any keys to the doors inside the house. All I had was my car key. That's all that he gave me.
And that night when you argued with your father and he said he grabbed your shirt and pulled you off the couch, did he do anything else to you physically?
No. No, he didn't, like, pursue it anymore. He was just...
Did you tell Cody that he acted that
No.
way towards you?
No, I didn't.
Cody had no idea that there was a heated, physical, just the argument that you needed to get
Right.
out because you were talking to this girl.
Right.
Look at how relaxed he is right now, still acting like he's just there to talk about some family argument. But detectives are about to confront him with a very different version of events, one that could bring them even closer to uncovering the motive behind what happened.
Me and Eva knew everything before we asked you the questions. Now's the time to come to Jesus, be honest, because you're holding something back. I can see it in your eyes. People don't believe that the police will help you, but we are actually here to help you with issues you may have. I think something happened, and you don't want to tell us, but right now is the time to get it off your chest. And I really wish you would, because it will make you feel better in the end.
I genuinely don't have anything else that I can say about the night or, you know, the periods of time afterwards.
There's only one opportunity to make that good impression. And if we've done something we shouldn't have done, you fess up to it. You caught your hand in a cookie jar, you do it. Now,
is there anything else that happened at the house that you didn't tell us, that you've left out, or we haven't asked you, that would be of importance? Or during the time that you drove around for those few hours, did you ever really go back to the house that you haven't told us about?
Something that happened that caused you to defend yourself.
No, because again, it's like I didn't have any means to defend myself. I mean, I didn't.
Well, we know from talking to that there's weapons in the house.
Right.
We know that to be a fact. Something happened that caused you to defend yourself. Whether you had anything or not, you found something to defend yourself with. I can't tell you everything. I'm not going to tell you everything. But something happened. Whether your dad blew up on you, threatened you, physically harmed you, or hurt you, something happened that caused an altercation.
And I didn't do anything at the house besides get my stuff together and take it out to my car. And that's, I mean, I didn't, besides that one thing that I told you guys where I was going down the road to come back maybe, besides that, I mean, I didn't.
You saw nothing that was out of the ordinary?
No.
In the Fort Christmas area or 419 area?
No, I mean.
Did you even get up to the Lake Mills Fort Christmas area where that guy's blinking lights are?
No. When I came back, I didn't come up to there.
There is, and you're better at electronics than I am. I'm gonna go ahead and admit that. There's a digital footprint, and there's ways to see things that we know that don't make sense. Even though your phone may not have service, there's still issues with the phone.
Right.
And it was on you the entire time
Yeah.
when you left the house
Yeah.
until you were in touch with law enforcement?
I can track places you've been, and I know where you have been, and I know what time you've been there. And everything you're telling me isn't just copacetic and doesn't add up. Because there's what I think, what you think, what she thinks, and then there's things that are hard facts that you can't manipulate.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I think something happened at the house based on my knowledge right now, and you're afraid to say it. You're afraid to come back and say that I was a victim, I was hurt, I had something that happened there that I don't want you to tell because it's something maybe embarrassing or not good, but I know a lot more than I can let on right now. And things you're not telling me, I can't help you if you won't let me help you.
So where's the missing piece?
Grant's still playing like he has no idea what's going on, but his own answers are giving him away. If he genuinely hadn't heard a word about his family until this exact moment, you would expect shock or confusion or panic or something. So if you're going to pretend you know nothing, you might actually want to act like it. But for some reason, Grant still seems to believe his innocent little story is holding up.
I saw like a news van, and then I don't think there might have been like a cop car. There was like traffic being.
Human nature. What do people do when I go back to my old neighborhoods? And I've lived a couple places in Central Florida in the 23 years I've been here. I see something major going on. I get on my phone or I get on my computer. I wonder what was happening by my neighborhood, and look.
Did that even spark your attention?
There's a digital footprint of where I went on my phone. This right here phone, they can tell me I looked at these maps on my phone because it's on there.
Right.
The memory's there. You can't delete it. You can't. You came back to the neighborhood. You saw some things that are really out of the ordinary.
Right.
And I don't believe for a second that you thought that I'm not going to look what's going on. What happened to my neighborhood?
I mean, I didn't search it up on anything, on any of the devices that I have.
Did you search it somewhere else? Remember, like I said, I know things that you don't know, and honesty will get you all the things I could do for you. To be honest, I can't deal with someone who lies to me,
Right.
but I'll deal with someone and help them till the end, no matter what. Believe it or not, that's just me, and she'll tell you. It's what it is. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to say if I can do something that can help you, I'm going to help you, because every one of us make mistakes and do things we shouldn't have done in the heat of the moment to protect ourselves or to protect somebody else. It happens. I know you've searched for something. I know something. I can't tell you exactly, but you said won't you tell me, and I'll tell you if you're being truthful. What'd you search?
When I had gone to the Panera, I searched for like top stories, Oviedo or Chuliote or something like that.
And found what?
And then I saw that there was, it was like just the initial, like it had like a video, but I didn't listen to the video, but it had just an initial thing of that there was shootings in Salton Circle. But it didn't say like the address or who's involved. It was just like this is the preliminary.
Was that on one of the news stations?
Um,
What was the site you searched?
I honestly can't remember.
I
think it was one of the Weshes, but.
And you saw the story, because we've seen the same stories. You've seen the story, because there's a thing that will tell me how long of the time you spent on that.
Right.
You saw what happened.
Yeah, I was on there for like 20 seconds.
Well, what was your thoughts when you reviewed this story?
I was freaking out, and I was just like blank. I didn't know what to do.
Now's the time. Now is the time.
So what do you think
To
happened?
be honest.
I think that there was something that obviously happened at the house.
Tell me what happened.
I don't know what happened.
I know better. Listen to me. I know better. I can help you, Grant, with honesty. I can help you with honesty.
We think something else happened before you left the home that you're either afraid of or embarrassed to talk about. But we need to know exactly what happened, because like Danny said, we can place you there at certain times. And so we need to know what happened before you left that house, because you didn't leave with everything being okay.
I honestly, I don't have anything else that I can really say. I mean, I don't know.
Do you even know why law enforcement got involved?
Here's the problem with Grant's innocent story. He claimed all he saw on the news was the driveway and the front gate. And maybe that wouldn't have been an issue, except the footage was of his driveway and his front gate. Is anyone really supposed to believe he didn't recognize the house he grew up in? But still convinced his fairy tale was holding up, Grant just kept digging himself into a deeper hole.
And if something happened that you were defending yourself, then we need to know that. If you were protecting yourself because you were in fear, then that makes sense. But we need to know exactly what happened for you to protect yourself.
You can't minimize this. Once, a wise man told me one time, once a bomb goes off, you can't defuse it. You can't. That's already out there. Now is the point to say, how do I put Band-Aids on myself to minimize the injuries I have? And we're giving you that opportunity. I want to give you that opportunity. I don't think you're a bad guy at all. I really don't. I think you're going through a very stressful and emotional time right now with being out of work and just dealing with all the problems with the arrest. You're probably not used to depending on somebody to pay all your bills. So now you have to do mom and dad or have to give you money. Cody's having to give you money. And there's a significant debt to people. $200,000, I don't know what I'd do. I mean, mortgage, yeah, I get it, or something like that, or a medical bill for my child, yeah, I get it. But talking to some girl, in Bulgaria, you hit it right on the head. You were embarrassed about it, and you have nothing to be embarrassed about.
And you said you had a connection with her.
Sure.
And
here it is, man. I want to help you. She want to help you. You gotta come to me with the truth now, because I already know the truth. I do. Here's the chance you can shake your head no and say I don't know. You do know, and I know you know. She knows you know.
There's a reason you didn't go back to the house. There's a reason why you haven't tried to reach out. I mean, it's odd you haven't heard from anybody.
Yeah, I mean, it's like it's words that like I can't think of to even say. But I'm assuming that, you know, when you see that there is a shooting somewhere and it's around, and it has to do with my family.
Your family has no known enemies. Nobody has a problem with them. Nobody.
Right. Like, I don't know how to even say the words.
Well, give me a roundabout what you're thinking.
That somebody in my family's dead.
Isn't it something? He's trying to convince detectives he has absolutely no idea what happened, all the while delivering every answer with the emotional range of a grocery list. At this point, detectives even gave him an opportunity to claim self-defense, despite already believing he was driven by pure rage, not fear. That's a common interrogation tactic. By offering a more understandable explanation, investigators sometimes make it easier for a suspect to admit to the act itself. Once someone acknowledges what they did, it's often much harder for them to go back to complete denial.
When you left your house, everybody was fine.
Yeah.
And when you left Cody,
Everything was fine.
well, we got called to the house because Cody didn't show up to work. So law enforcement goes over there, and can you tell us what we found? What do you think we found when law enforcement arrived at your home?
I mean, you guys are talking about guns, and you're talking about other things and then the website and everything, that something happened to him.
Who's him?
Cody.
Did you do anything to Cody?
No.
Did you do anything to your mother?
No.
Did you do anything to your father?
No.
You have any reason to believe that anybody else would harm them?
No, the only thing that I was told was that Cody would take care of it for me. And that's all that I know.
But you didn't tell Cody what your father said to you, correct?
Correct.
So when Cody made those comments to you, what do you believe he meant by that? Have you guys ever talked about?
That he was I thought he was just gonna do what he always does, which is where he just talks about it and he figures out whatever strategy he needs to.
So if anything happened in the home to bring law enforcement there, what would you think happened?
That there was a shooting.
Between whom?
I don't know. Between Cody and my dad.
And why would you think that?
To protect me, or to help me, or to do something with me.
So you're telling me you did not shoot Cody,
No.
your father, or your mother?
No. I mean, I don't know, like, what more I can say.
Well, when law enforcement arrived, that's what they found. So you're the only outstanding child. You're the one that's been having problems with your dad. You're the one that we haven't been able to find for 2 days. Do you understand now why we would be questioning you about this?
Yeah, but I mean, I wouldn't, like, I wouldn't be saying, like, all, like, I don't know the way to say. I don't know, like, what to even say.
How about the truth? Because after watching Grant deliver what was probably the least convincing reaction to the news that his entire family was gone, the least he could have done was stop pretending to be innocent. By this point, detectives had already tried just about every tactic to get him to open up. When that failed, they shifted gears to see whether emotional and moral pressure would finally break through his defenses.
Did you leave the house with your brother Cody looking like that? Or did you leave the house with your father looking like that? Or your mother? Is that how you left your family?
No.
Nobody else went into that house.
Who left your family like this? If you were the one that's been depressed, you were the one that owes money, you were the one that got into a confrontation with your father, who did this to your family? If you were trying to defend yourself or something else happened, we need to know now to help you. So tell us what happened, Grant. We're here to listen to you.
Grant, you need the truth. We're here to make this right. You got to tell the truth. It's on the tip of your tongue, my man. I get that.
Did your father go after you and you try to protect yourself?
No, I didn't do any of this.
There's something that's going to come up that is going to make this all come real. I'd rather it come from you than have to do it that way.
The evidence tells us what happened. You have to fill in the blanks. They can't tell me what happened.
Fact, I know. She never held a gun. She didn't have a gun that night. Fact, he never fired a gun. Fact, he never fired a gun. Never did. This is the person right here, Mom, who always stuck up for you. Something happened so bad that caused her death, your dad's death, and Cody. And I'll tell you just about how it happened. 1, 2, 3. Based on evidence. Based on evidence. I know he did not shoot your mom. I know he didn't shoot your dad. I know he didn't shoot you. And I know from video surveillance camera in the neighborhood, nobody else came to that house. I know I can account for everybody that went to the house. I know.
So tell us what happened.
I know it. Listen to me. Hey, I know. Video surveillance tells me everything that happened this night. I'm telling you. Of people that you'd be surprised who in your neighborhood has video. And I know that there's only 4 people was at this house during this time. 1, 2, 3, 4. Tell me. You got to tell me, man. You got to tell me.
Notice the detective physically closing the distance here. That's not random. Proximity is also a deliberate interrogation tactic. Sitting close removes a suspect's sense of personal space and control, making it harder to retreat into rehearsed, comfortable answers. It's meant to apply pressure without saying a word. And judging by how Grant reacts to having that space invaded, it's clearly starting to work.
Video tells me everything I need to know about this from the neighborhood.
And you're the only one left to tell us.
I know it's hard to look at me, Grant, look at me, look at my eyes. I know it's tough, man. I do. It's a tough thing to say, but we need to know what caused things at your house that night to become so bad that we're this. He's violent. We know that. He's got a gun on. We get it. Cody just probably went around with a gun because he normally did. He walked in the house and was shot the minute he walked in the house. The minute he walked in. We see trajectory, we find the projectile, we've got everything on that. He's shot over here and is brought over here. See it over there. We find the bullets in the house. Mom's sitting her thing with a glass of wine, doing her thing, and she's shot. You just got to step over and tell me, man. I want to help you. I do.
The evidence is going to be there.
Most people,
I would not. We have cartridge cases, we have projectiles.
And fingerprints.
So you just need to tell us what led up to this.
You've been arrested, correct?
Yeah.
So we have your fingerprints, correct? You understand that? Physical evidence is something I can't manipulate. It's either there or it's not there. Didn't fire a gun, didn't fire a gun, didn't fire a gun. None of them did. None of them did. Cody did not go home.
Or did your father point a gun at you?
No, there's nothing else that I can say.
Then this is not going to end up the way you want to with what you're telling me right now. Factual items do not support what you're saying. Nothing we can make up, or I think, or she thinks, or whoever thinks. You got to be honest. The minute you start being completely honest, and you're pretty honest with me, I'm not going to say you're not. The minute you tell us what happened to get this to here is the second that we start moving forward with healing.
Not only did Grant take his entire family's lives out of rage that stood between him and love with a woman he had never met in person, who cared about nothing but his money, but he genuinely looked shocked that his plan isn't landing the way he imagined. Turns out, staging a crime scene takes a little more thought than he put into it. because nothing about that scene actually added up. The shell casings didn't match either gun in the house. The real weapon was never found. The garage door's position made his timeline physically impossible. And even the holster on his father's hip was positioned all wrong. Every detail he thought he covered was actually screaming the opposite.
The only thing that I have is just the times in which I had left the house. You know, there was still an argument when Cody had gotten home, and then there was nothing that he could do to help me. So I don't remember the exact time when I actually left, but I had left later than what I had said.
So you were home when Cody got home?
Yes.
Tell us about that. What time did he get home, and why did he come home?
I mean, he got home at, I think, like 10:30. I still think that's when he got home, was like around 10:30. I don't know why he was able to leave early.
And what was going on at the house when he arrived?
My dad and my mom were arguing, and then I was still just packing up all my stuff, or gathering the things that I could gather. And then when Cody got home, he started to transgress with my dad, and I was still kind of just staying out of it and doing my own thing. And then the end result was still the end result, and then I had to still leave.
And then, so is it true that you still met Cody up the block, or was that?
No.
So you didn't meet him up the block? So why did you tell us that?
I don't know.
After changing his story yet again, Grant had a choice. Finally admit to what he'd done or keep lying. Unfortunately, he chose the second option. In July of 2019, Grant Amato stood trial for the murders of his father, mother, and brother. On July 31st, a jury found him guilty on all 3 counts of first-degree murder. Prosecutors pushed for the death penalty, but jurors couldn't reach a unanimous decision, resulting in an automatic sentence of life without parole for each victim. His appeal was denied in 2021. But prison didn't stop Grant. In 2025, it was revealed he'd been exchanging messages with Victoria Goodwin, wife of Ghost Adventures star Aaron Goodwin, who confided in him about a plot to get rid of her husband. Grant helped arrange contact with a hitman. The hit never happened, but Victoria was arrested and sentenced up to 8 years. Somehow, life in prison wasn't enough to keep Grant out of another murder plot. Do you think life without parole was really enough for someone like Grant? Thank you for watching today's video. Don't forget to subscribe and check out one of the craziest cases I've ever covered right here.